Ilja Dragunov built his reputation on fearlessness. He was known as a man who didn't back down from pain, pressure, or punishment, someone who treated brutality as fuel rather than a warning sign. Because of that mindset, Dragunov initially took Brock Lesnar lightly. To him, Brock was powerful, yes, but not untouchable. Ilja believed intensity, endurance, and a willingness to suffer could neutralize any monster. He had stared down dominant opponents before and walked away stronger, so the idea of Brock Lesnar didn't carry the same terror for him as it did for others. In Dragunov's mind, Brock was just another challenge waiting to be broken. That confidence came from Dragunov's deep belief in his own pain tolerance. Ilja thrives in chaos, embraces punishment, and often looks most alive when the fight turns violent. He believed Brock's reputation was built on intimidation, and intimidation loses power when fear is removed. Early on, Dragunov's attitude reflected that belief. He showed little hesitation, spoke with calm confidence, and carried himself like a man who thought Brock's legend could be tested, maybe even exposed, by relentless pressure and heart. But Brock Lesnar operates on a different level of violence. When the reality of Brock truly set in, Dragunov's perspective began to change. Brock isn't just strong or aggressive, he is precise, explosive, and terrifyingly efficient. The difference became clear the moment Brock decided to stop playing and start hurting. Every movement Brock made carried weight. Every strike landed with intent. Brock didn't just dish out pain, he controlled it, deciding when and how much damage his opponent would take. For the first time, Dragunov encountered a form of brutality that didn't care about endurance. Brock's offense wasn't something you could simply absorb and push through. Suplexes came like gunshots, sudden and devastating. Slams crushed the breath out of the body. Brock didn't give Ilja time to build momentum or find rhythm. He cut off hope before it could grow. That's when the shift happened. Dragunov realized this wasn't a test of toughness, it was a fight for survival. Ilja Dragunov is not a coward, but courage looks different when reality hits. The fear that began to surface wasn't weakness, it was awareness. Dragunov understood that Brock Lesnar could end everything in seconds. The casual attitude disappeared, replaced by sharp focus and caution. Every stare toward Brock carried tension, every step felt measured. The man who once treated Brock lightly now respected the danger standing in front of him. The psychological impact was just as strong as the physical one. Brock Lesnar has a way of changing how opponents see themselves. Dragunov, who prides himself on pain tolerance, learned that there are levels to suffering. Brock's dominance forced Ilja to rethink his approach, his strategy, and even his identity as a fighter. Pain alone wouldn't win this fight. Heart alone wouldn't be enough. Brock demanded something different, something deeper. As time went on, Dragunov became visibly more cautious around Brock Lesnar. The fearless aura was still there, but now it was layered with tension. He no longer underestimated Brock's presence. He no longer treated him like a puzzle that could be solved with intensity alone. Brock had proven that fearlessness without respect leads to destruction. Dragunov had felt the difference between enduring pain and being overwhelmed by it. What makes this story compelling is that Dragunov didn't lose his fire. Instead, it evolved. Fear became a teacher. Brock Lesnar forced Ilja Dragunov to grow, to understand that even warriors who live for pain must acknowledge true monsters. The fear wasn't paralyzing, but it was real. It reminded Dragunov that survival sometimes comes before pride. In the end, Brock Lesnar didn't just intimidate Ilja Dragunov. He reshaped his mindset. The man who once took Brock lightly now approached him with respect, caution, and visible tension. That transformation speaks louder than any victory or defeat. Brock Lesnar once again proved that his greatest weapon isn't just strength or violence, but the lasting fear he leaves behind. Ilja Dragunov learned that lesson the hard way, and it changed him forever.